Alright, Taos on Sunday. Don't know the calendar date, but it's a bluebird day. Aaron's on his brand new board. First real long run. So this is our RV parking lot at Taos. It goes down a ways. Various contraptions in here. Here we are. It's a little wet and muddy today. Bruno, come on. Sorry about that. Bruno's been released. He's walking around. And Aaron was able to squeeze me in here the other night. I was blind because the dirt from the road gets up on my backup mirror, so got me in this spot here real good. So Aaron invited us to go on some terrain that required a little bit of a hike. He had done it a run before too. Amanda and I blindly accepted his invitation. To our chagrin, after 5 hours of hiking about 17,000 feet, at least that's what it seemed to us, we got to where we decided to just drop into a bowl, and that's what you see here. So we started the hike at the high 11,000s. We probably climbed a couple hundred feet. It took us, I don't know, it seemed like 15-20 minutes. A lot of, it wasn't that really hard on the legs, but the breathing was really strenuous. I probably stopped 5 or 6 times at least going up. Aaron was trying to encourage both Amanda and I take small, easy steps. But it was the longest hike I've ever done, and that got us into this bowl that you see us skiing in here. So before we got to Taos, we spent a day and night in Denver. Friday night we drove in from the Breckenridge area. The heater started acting up again. Aaron, Amanda, and Jonathan went up to the casinos. I spent about 2 hours outside working with the sail switch. Basically it's a device that tells the furnace when to light or when not to light based on airflow. I got the heater to run alright. It's still working now. I also replaced this device you see here It's a water strainer. It was leaking. It had probably frozen somewhere along the way. Super easy to replace. You can see that little bowl in there. Had to take that out and replace it because it was leaking a lot of water. I'll show you the one I replaced, but that was pretty easy, and I'll show you why to replace. Again, another $10, $11 part. I was able to get that off the shelf at Camping World, so that was no. So there's supposed to be a cover right here. Saturday morning, we noticed it wasn't there, so I had to go to Lowe's, get this wire mesh, bend it multiple ways, tape it in, so we have a cover there. I'm gonna order the part and have it delivered to my mom's in Seattle. It's only like $15. I have no idea why it came off. So this is the look that we woke up to Saturday morning without the cover on it before my home repair by getting parts at Lowe's Home Improvement. But yeah, the cover's gone. But we think when I took it to the truck wash, they used brushes to hand brush that. Maybe they brushed it, loosened it up, and then the cover fell off on the road somewhere. But like I said, it's easy replaceable. Kind of looks like the cover there sort of would look like this, kind of vented in silver. Just fits in that. The product description says it's a snap-on, so no big deal. We also had another issue with the furnace on Friday night. When we got to Denver, it wasn't working right. I took a part out called the sail switch and got it working again. I got a new sail switch coming. Again to my mom's. Come on, Bruno. Bruno's right there. Come on, let's go. And then Saturday, we were driving down from Denver to Taos. We stopped just south of, we're still in the southern city limits of Colorado Springs. That's where Aaron was in the Army for a little while at the end. And filled up the gas. We were putting some water in, about done with that, and I put a soda that Aaron bought me in the RV, shut the door, and we couldn't get back in. It was not locked. Long story short, there's a small metal piece that connects the handle to the striker. That's the thing that goes in the wall, and that had broken, so we had to call a locksmith, have him come. He had a little trouble because I've got two striker plates. I'll show you in a minute what that means, but basically he got stuck for a little while. He said, I got it by the striker plate, but it's still not opening. I said, yeah, there's two of them. You got to get it by two. Took him a while to accept that I knew that there were two striker plates there. And then once he got a little tool like what they did when we got locked out in Winter Park, a little blow-up jack, I guess you'd call it. Put it in the gap there, made the gap a little bigger, and then I think you could see the double striker plate. So now when we shut the door, we have to use a deadbolt to keep it shut, otherwise the door won't shut. The striker is gone because the pin was broke, and here's the two striker plates. He was able to free it from the first one right there, but he didn't realize there was a second one. Once he got free of the second one, we were in. I'll show you the striker in a second. So here's the striker. You see this in your house, same type of deal. And then the latch is supposed to catch something in here and open it, and it wasn't moving, it had broken. And then this is the part that I bought at Camping World and replaced because it was leaking. It's threaded on each end. Took about 2 minutes to replace, easy, and it was only $11. So in the end, no big deal. It's called a strainer. I think once the water is pumped through the water pump, it makes sure there's no sand or anything left, and then that water goes into your RV. So the supposed story behind this is they've tried to make it more difficult to get to the chair because two things. Well, there's a lot of local control here. First off, this is supposedly the first day this chair's been open, and I heard that they have to open it to hikers first, and then they can open the chair after a day of hike. But you still have to hike to get on the chair. Instead of doing the easy route down here, you have to do a hike, and it's no, we're at 11,000 feet, it's no easy task, and that's to deter the novices, because supposedly when they made it so you could just ski up here, they were having to do too many mountain rescues to bring people down off. They're loading a toboggan now, but that doesn't mean anyone's used one today, but nothing's groomed up there, so if you went up there and you needed a groomed intermediate or even a groomed black to get down, you're out of luck. And then you can't really see it. I'll get over here. Even the area for the lift line to get on the lift is challenging because it's a pretty steep hill to come down and get on the lift, so that's challenging too. All right. So in actuality, I didn't realize it till I passed the chair there. They were actually putting on large, maybe 30-gallon propane tanks onto the chairs to get heat up. There is a ski patrol hut at the top of that peak. That's the highest peak at Taos. When I said it first day the chair was open, I meant for the season. That chair has been up a couple years, and I understand the locals didn't want the chair in because they wanted access to that bowl and that peak only from hiking, and it was in the day a very long hike beyond what Aaron, I, and Amanda had done the day before. So anyhow, that bowl is now open to the general public, advanced and expert skiers. GoPro, stop recording.